Differences are obvious in our mundane world. There are all sorts of people in the world. There are men, women, children of different age groups. There are infants, adolescents, young women, old men, women. The dharma of women cannot be the same as dharma of men. There is in the nature an inherent inequality. Thus, it becomes ridiculous to adopt a single ethical code for the entire mankind. Each individual has his own dharma, but it need not militate against the dharma of others. In the Bhagavad Gita, Arjuna finds himself on the horns of the spiritual dilemma. He is worried about his swadharma. He finds himself as an unenviable predicament, inevitable position. He hesitates to kill his own relatives and feels guilty of fratricide. So he begins to detest the homicidal glory of a battlefield. Then Krishna emphasizes the importance of Swadharma. Swadharma is individual dharma, the code of conduct in conformity with an individual's status in society. It is also determined by a person's natural instincts. Ishvara Dharma, that is the God's universal dharma, is based on love and compassion. It is Catholic and eclectic in its essence and is equally applicable to all caste, cult, creed, communities. But Swadharma, individual dharma, is transcended by a person who recognizes and realizes the immanence of God. Ishvara Sarva Bhutanam. The moment you comprehend the truth of this cardinal aphorism, you realize Ishvara Dharma. Ishvara Dharma is a theocentric order in nature. Thus, Swadharma is lower than Ishvara Dharma and Vishwa Dharma. When you recognize the divinity of every human being, you realize Ishvara Dharma. You will be the subject to the dualities of pleasure and pain, joy and sorrow, good and evil, as long as you identify with this perishable and mutable physical body. Arjuna was afflicted with the weakness of the mind. Krishna criticized Arjuna for his moral and spiritual cowardice. As long as you are weak and timid, you cannot achieve anything in life. Simultaneously, the body consciousness should be avoided. As long as you think from the point of view of the perishable body, you cannot overcome your spiritual pusillanimity. When you think from the point of view of the immortal Atma, immortal soul, awareness, you will have no feelings of weakness or timidity. By these exhaustions, Krishna galvanized Arjuna into activity on the battlefield. The world is a stage. We are all actors in the world drama, but all our actions are motivated by the will of the God who controls our immortal and who controls our perishable bodies. And we must play the game without displaying any sort of weakness or timidity. The duties, dichotomies, relativities of the world don't affect the awareness, the immortal Atma. The coexistence and the juxtaposition of good and evil must be acknowledged. From the point of view of the Atma, good and evil are just a phenomenal, not absolute, and never ever existed, because from the point of view of awareness, there is never the world created. There is neither the creator nor the creator. But in the point of relativity, the physical body, which is called Deha, is composed of 5 primordial elements: earth, air, water, fire and ether. Soon the Deha will perish, the body will perish, the mind will perish, intellect will perish, but the awareness in you, it always remain as it is, because it is immortal. All the relativities, all the dichotomies is only for the relativity, but for the absolute, you never ever existed. This thing is to recognize that absolute truth.